I've made a lot of mistakes, but until I was able to figure out this one thing that came very, very close to me hanging out here in Cades Cove and being myself, did any of it really matter? And any of it helped me become a successful coach that I always hope to be one day. Hello, my friend. I'm Super Sid, the business shaman, and I'm super excited to be here with you all here today. As we are here in Cades Cove, right in the middle of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, and specifically here to talk about the biggest mistakes that I've made as becoming a coach. In this video, we're specifically going to talk about what mistakes I have made. We're going to talk about the big things that have helped me get through these mistakes, which really comes back to me hanging out here, as you can see, in the wilderness of Cades Cove in the Smoky Mountain National Park, and then specifically the number one thing that we can all do so that we can go out there and become more successful coaches. Let's rock and roll. Becoming a coach, especially specifically a life coach or healer, is obviously becoming very, very popular these days. And ultimately, we've seen a massive spike when it comes to life coaching and it comes to healing. And the big reason that is because of how popular it can actually be, right? Ultimately, life coaching and healing just went absolutely bonkers about 4 or 5 years ago. And many people started becoming life coaches and healers. But what we started noticing was that there was a high failure rate. Over 9 out of 10 people that became coaches were failing within a year or two. And ultimately, right, what I found is that a lot of them were basically coming up with the same patterns and the same mistakes and the same self-sabotage a lot of people were, and I'd found that I had started falling into that trap as well. The reason that I wanted to come out here and shoot this video, not only is it awesome, right, but ultimately is because I first had to realize that ultimately, if I wasn't connected to who I am as a person, could I ever go out there and help people and heal people, right, the way that I knew how? For the longest time, I went into this coaching industry, and ultimately it became like, what is it that I have? Who is it that I've hung out with? And ultimately, what is it that I drive? Yes, I know as superficial as that sounds, I used to drive a Maserati in downtown Dallas. You know, I used to wear the Rolexes and all of the jewelry, and ultimately I used to walk around with Louis Vuitton and all that crazy stuff, right? Because ultimately I thought that it would help me get into the circles, get into the people, and figure out specifically, or help me accelerate my success as a coach. I looked at those things and I saw those things as specifically an entry or a gateway. So I would look at that and I'd say, oh, well, until I get a Rolex, until, you know, I get a really nice exotic car, until I'm living in a specific spot right in the city, right, am I ever going to be successful? Because I have to have that showcase, that entourage, that you know, basically that, like, you know, facade that I'm a successful coach. And then ultimately, right, it helped me to my demise. I found that I needed, you know, I was constantly feeling like I needed to be bigger or better, right? So once I got a Rolex, I had to get another one. Once I got that car and I drove it around, I had to get a bigger or more expensive car. Once I got the penthouse in downtown Dallas, I had to get a bigger penthouse or a better one or go live in the newer building. Being bigger became a trap, right? Being better became a trap. And what I realized was that it didn't matter how good or how better, or, you know, or how bigger I ended up getting, it became this rat race of never being able to be fulfilled and ultimately never being able to go out there and get the things that were truly going to help me not only feel good about myself, but ultimately go out there and be the success and attract the people that I wanted to attract. So one of the things that after I went through this whole mess, as you can see, my wife and I, Tiffany, we moved to the greater Smoky Mountain area. We're now in East Tennessee, and we're only minutes away from things like this, Cades Cove, and the other great things here at the Smoky Mountains. We did this because ultimately I took myself out, right, of that whole world of Rolexes, Maseratis, you know, Lamborghinis, you know, whatever it was, and I put myself into this because this world was who I truly was. Right. Ultimately, I was able to go when I got here and not be known or recognized or led into circles because I had a Rolex or a Maserati, but be led into those circles for the true and the nature spots of me because of my heart, because of who I wanted to help. Right. And ultimately, that's the judgment and that's the measurement that people make. The reason I come out here and I tell you all this out here is because this is a national park. This here is Cades Cove. This is a big part of where the Cherokee Indians used to come out here and hunt. And it hasn't changed that much. Yet there's still this beauty that comes with being here. It just is what it is. It sits in its beauty. It doesn't need the new things. It doesn't have to showcase anything else than exactly what it is. People are attracted to this part of the park, Cades Cove, which is one of the most popular parts of the park, because of what it is. And that's what I love so much about national parks, and specifically the Smoky Mountains. There's nothing splashy about it. It's just beautiful, and it's just healing, and it just is what it is that attracts people to it. When I started realizing this about myself as a coach, right, and started becoming that person that attracted the people that I wanted, became that person that went out and lived who I wanted to be every single day. And I didn't focus on being bigger or better. I focused on being different. I focused on being the person that I needed to be, that person that I wanted to be. And just because I'm not standing in front of a penthouse right now staring at a city, and I'm not driving in a Maserati or a McLaren or whatever, because those don't really hold much value here in the Smokies, right? Ultimately, I found that I was attracting the better people and the better people and the people that I was actually able to help very quickly simply by going out there and being different. And one of the big things that I had to do when I did this was I had to get over that fear, right? The fear of, oh no, like if I go out there and I'm different, and I'm not the Rolex, and I'm with this, are people just going to go out there and are they going to, shun me? Are they not going to talk to me? They're going to think I'm weird. I thought I was going to be weird for the longest time. I thought people were going to think I was like insanely weird. But here's what happened when I went out there and I started being different. I actually started getting the eyeballs of people that needed my help. I started getting the eyeballs of people that saw what was going on and saw what I had been through and saw where I'm at, places like this. And they wanted to start coming and not only like being influenced by me, but they wanted to start seeing and living the lifestyle, right, that we walk and we talk in our videos and in our content, ultimately in our life every single day. What I really, really love about being able to be different is that I'm never really in competition with nobody but with myself. And when I go out there every single day and I look to be different, I'm constantly going out there and attracting people through being different. It doesn't mean I'm not going out there and helping people the same way that a lot of other coaches are, but it means that I'm attracting the group of people that are going to be getting help by me. So one of the biggest lessons that I've learned overall, just to recap this video, is that we should never focus on being bigger or better. Being bigger or better has actually been a huge trap in my life, and it's actually held me back a lot in my coaching and my healing business. Same with my wife, Tiffany. So once we started focusing on being different, right? Being who we are, not having to stand in front of a penthouse, not having to drive a Maserati, but simply being who we are and what we love, right? Being out here in nature, being out here in things like Cades Cove, we were able to start attracting the same types of people that we truly wanted to help and ultimately started attracting our tribe. So I hope that when you're a coach, you're a healer, and you're wondering what's going on, why are you not getting the traction? Why are you not attracting the clients that, your dream clients? Why are we not attracting, why are we not that extraordinary, or that sought after coach yet? Well, maybe it's because we're not being who we actually are, and we're not showcasing, who our soul is and what we do on, being different every single day. My goal for everybody that watches this video is to remember that we all win when we all win. But every single day, we have a choice to go out there and win. And my goal is for you is that we go out there, right? And we make the choice today not to be better, but to be different. If you're a coach or you're wanting to become one, I'm super excited for you, and I got a free gift for you down here below in the description. It's called my 10 Steps to Creating a 10K Payday, and it's a free course that we're going to be giving to you right now for free down there in the description. So go down there right now and grab your free course on the 10 Steps to Creating a 10K Payday, which is the exact 10 steps that my wife and I have used over the past few years to consistently create $10,000 months in our coaching business each and every month. Consistently. It's absolutely free, and you can go down there and grab it in the description below. And don't forget, we all win when we all win. Let's go out there and let's make a choice to win today. Let's let Cades Cove show its beauty. We'll see you all in the next video.